I have with me today an extremely interesting young actor. She's someone who's played the first hijab-wearing character in a Marvel film, Spider-Man Far From Home. She's also done a bit of Bollywood with Kabir Khan's 83, which is of course a biopic on Kapil Dev. She's also done Netflix, and she's the first Pakistani British actor to be in a Netflix series. A lot of work other than this as well. आजकल आप इनको देख रहे हैं ड्रामा सीरियल दिले मोमिन में, and she's playing Faisal Qureshi's character, which is Momin, his sister, younger sister Annie. I have with me Zoha Rahman, who I'm so happy to have caught a day before she returns to UK, where she lives, and she's sort of in transit right now. Zoha, assalamu alaikum, and thank you so much for taking time out. You have a flight in the afternoon, and this is just like, it's amazing that you took time out for this interview.
No, of course, I would take time out for you any day. I did. I was supposed to fly out last night.
You did. This was any day. This was a tough day for you. You're traveling in the afternoon.
Yes, but thank you so much for having me and for that lovely introduction.
For that lovely introduction, that I was just trying to find the right words and not go into a cliche that, the first hijab-wearing character in a Marvel film, but that's what it is.
That's how I am introduced usually. That's the one thing that I guess sets me apart.
Absolutely. But of course, it's because of the hijab that character got noticed.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, if it were just a Muslim character, we've seen a Muslim character in the Marvel universe before, but that character was a terrorist.
Yeah.
And yours is just a high school student, yeah?
Exactly.
So that's amazing. You've also done Netflix. And are you technically the first Pakistani British to be in a Netflix original?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
No. Maybe Pakistani.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's British South Asians who've done Netflix.
You've done one episode of
I've done an episode of Young Wallander.
Yeah.
And on Apple TV, I've also done an episode of Foundation.
Right. And there's a lot more work to come up. And then there's Dile Momin. And there's 83.
Yes.
You've done 83.
It's just like everything.
It's everywhere, which we haven't been able to watch, of course, because Indian films aren't playing in cinemas here.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm in it.
You're in.
So I keep getting messages from people on my Instagram tagging me like, oh, just saw you. Oh, just saw you. I'm like, okay, I haven't seen myself yet.
But we did see you in the teaser, which is on YouTube. So.
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning and I had 1,000 messages because I was in the teaser.
And I did not going like this.
I did not expect it.
Yeah.
Sorry, my hair is just... I did not expect it. The first message was from my mother-in-law, who absolutely loves Bollywood and also hopefully loves me. And she was like, have you seen this? You're in this. I was like, whoa, what? And I opened it and I watched it and I was like, I'm in this. Wow. I didn't expect to be, in the teaser because although, yes, I have a good character, it's not big enough.
Right.
For me.
To be in the teaser.
To be put in the teaser.
Yeah.
But the same thing happened with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I knew that I was throughout the movie, but I didn't expect to be in the trailer.
Yeah.
And the trailer is where I started getting noticed the first few times.
Right.
Because people were like, oh, there's a hijabi, there's a hijabi, there's a hijabi.
Yeah.
So again, it was the same thing with the trailer. I was in it as well.
Amazing. And you think that they put in a hijabi and maybe it would be typecasted, but it hasn't been that way.
No, which is why I'm so happy and so proud of that character.
Yeah.
Because usually you see anyone who's visually Muslim, whether it's a man with a beard and a pagdi, or it's a woman in a hijab, it's usually, well, for women, it's usually someone who's, oppressed or someone who's, it's not really an empowering character for any Muslim to see.
Yeah.
And this was a chance to portray Muslims in a very normal light.
Absolutely.
She's just a student. She's just on a school trip.
Yeah.
She's just having fun. There's no, there's nothing about her being Muslim that's a conflict in this. She's just there.
And yet she's so stylish, and she's part of the gang.
Absolutely.
She's part of the gang. There's so much I want to ask you about Spider-Man, but then you also did 83.
Yes.
And you're an Indian character, I'm assuming, because there's a bindiya in the teaser. So,
yes, I'm a first-generation immigrant.
You're a first-generation immigrant, yeah.
So 1983, yeah.
And you worked with Ranveer Singh, and there's Deepika. Now you're going to tell me that, no, we didn't do any scenes together.
So I didn't get to see Deepika because we didn't have any scenes together.
Right.
But I did see Ranveer and also Irani, and obviously I worked with Kabir a lot, so I saw him like all the time.
All the time?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's amazing how living in London, you can connect to all these different projects, which wouldn't have been possible were you in Pakistan.
No.
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 But then you came to Pakistan.
Yes.
And you did Dil Momin.
Yes.
And then there's the Marvel universe, and then there's Bollywood, and that's a biopic, and then there's Dil Momin, and then there's of course a lot of work in between. And you studied law.
Yes.
So your trajectory is like all over the place.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know if that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing because I think you're being noticed, and it's so important for young women like you to get noticed, who have their thoughts straight.
Yes.
Taking us back a little bit, हम कोशिश करेंगे कि उर्दू में बात करें because,
Okay.
like you said before the interview, you are Pakistani and you do speak Urdu.
दिल से पाकिस्तानी.
दिल से Pakistani, yeah. And I want you to also share that incident कि दिल से कितना पाकिस्तानी घर बनाते हुए because that's interesting. But so first tell me how you got the role. For
Spider-Man?
Yeah, Zoha.
Spider-Man बाहर जो है आपको रोल्स ऑडिशन से मिलते हैं.
Right.
होता क्या है कि जब आपकी प्रोडक्शन हो रही होती है, प्रोडक्शन डिसाइड करती है कि हमें ये कैरेक्टर्स चाहिए, और फिर वो उन कैरेक्टर्स को ढूंढते हैं, एक्टर्स
राइट
बेसिकली, और वो एजेंसीज के पास जाते हैं कि हमें ये ब्रीफ है, ये बंदा चाहिए, ये बंदी चाहिए, अगर आपकी एजेंसी में आप इनको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं तो हमें बताएं. तो एजेंसीज जो हैं वो प्रोफाइल्स भेज देते हैं. तो मेरी एजेंसी ने प्रोफाइल भेजी जो जॉन वॉट्स जो डायरेक्ट कर रहे थे स्पाइडरमैन.
राइट, एक सेकंड, सॉरी थोड़ा सा पीछे जाऊंगी. आप एजेंसी के साथ यू वर साइंड अप बिकॉज़ यू वर ऑलरेडी मॉडलिंग फॉर कमर्शियल्स.
जी, ये मेरी मॉडलिंग एजेंसी थी.
राइट.
मैंने एक्टिंग एजेंसी अभी तक नहीं ली थी.
राइट.
बट वहाँ पे मॉडलिंग एजेंसीज वो एक्टिंग भी आपको दे कैन पुट यू फॉरवर्ड फॉर एक्टिंग स्टफ एज वेल.
राइट.
तो उनके थ्रू उन्होंने मेरी प्रोफाइल भेजी मार्वल को, Marvel/Sony. And
at that time you didn't know your profile was going to Marvel.
No. उस वक्त आपको कुछ नहीं पता होता. Along with I'm sure like 1,000 other profiles, क्योंकि काफ़ी सारी एजेंसीज हैं और ये वर्ल्ड वाइड ऑडिशंस थे. और उनको मेरी प्रोफाइल पसंद आ गई and I was shortlisted for an audition. तो उन्होंने फिर मुझे पहले NDA भेजा. तब मुझे पता, जब NDA भेजने तो आपको पता होता है कि कुछ बड़ी चीज़ है. कुछ बड़ी चीज़ है. उसके बाद मुझे ऑडिशन के लिए इनवाइट किया गया and I went in for the audition.
And where was it?
In London.
In London.
And उस वक्त I wasn't sure कि किसके लिए है, लेकिन मुझे पता था कि काफ़ी बड़ी चीज़ है. तो NDA साइन करने के बाद बैठे हुए उन्होंने मुझे स्क्रिप्ट दी and कहा कि बस आप जब रेडी हो बता दें. तो मैंने जब स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी उसमें लिखा, उसमें एक लाइन थी which was what's Spider-Man doing in London? And I was like, oh, okay, this is not the time to get nervous. Just breathe and go with it.
Go with it.
Because I mean, I'm sure आपको भी पता होगा, पाकिस्तान में Spider-Man is a huge thing. हम बचपन से देखते आ रहे हैं. I think of all the superheroes, Spider-Man हमने सबसे ज़्यादा देखा.
Absolutely.
Spider-Man and Batman. It's always, you know, Tobey Maguire की, Andrew Garfield की, हमने सबकी देखी है. So it was a huge thing. But उस वक्त I sort of forgot कि किस चीज़ का है. मैंने अपने आप को भुला दिया. And I was like, lines पे focus करो और बस audition दो.